Hey fellow investor, this is Mike from the Dividend Guy blog. Welcome to this stock pick of the week. Hope you're not too busy following all the earnings so far this week. I want to talk about something that happened on Monday. Very interesting story actually. A company that was supposed to declare its earnings right before the bell, so before the market opened, reported its sales. They were quite sluggish. Actually, we're talking about double-digit revenue decline across the whole company. So investors started to panic, started to sell shares, and then Hasbro opened minus 8%, so down the hole. And right a few hours later, investors kind of like look at the whole earnings report, came back to their senses, and funny story, the stock ended up on the positive territory by plus 4.5%. In other words, if you had followed my tweet, because I tweeted that before the opening of the bell saying that there was a buying opportunity on Hasbro on that morning, well, you could have made like double-digit return in the same day. And even more interesting, I think there's a lot more growth opportunity for Hasbro. But let's first discuss what's happening with that story and why sales are now declining double-digit, because that's quite a concern. The thing is, Hasbro is a toy maker. It is famous for developing brands such as Magic, Transformers, Nerf, and board games like Monopoly. Who never played Monopoly, right? But the problem was that they are selling a lot of their toys to Toys R Us. Obviously, it accounts for about 9% of total business at Hasbro. And Toys R Us, as the rest of the retail industry, is not doing well, declared bankruptcy, they had problems. So it created a commotion around the whole retail market, around toys market. So other retailers like Walmart, for example, they kind of like slowed down their orders. So all the orders were slowed down after the holiday season, which brought us to sluggish sale, double-digit decline. So a very bad moment for the company to go through. However, they finished with over $1 billion in cash flow for that quarter, and they have several growth vectors coming up. The first one is probably the strongest point about Hasbro. It's its ability to do licensing product. So in other words, they are making partnerships with other companies. Their most famous partnership is with Disney. They actually stole Disney Princess and Frozen license making away from Mattel a few years ago, but they also have an agreement to produce all Star Wars toys and Marvel superheroes as well. So we all know that year after year, Disney's producing those blockbusters. They have Star Wars movies lined up to 2020, and they already announced another trilogy coming after that. And every year, almost the most successful movie in theater is usually a Marvel superhero movie. So you can bet that a lot of kids will want those new action figures. And don't forget, coming up next year, Frozen 2 will be there, and it was a huge success. So expect even more princesses to be sold coming next year. So you're going to have lots of ups and downs in 2018, but going forward to 2019, I think that the stock will come back in growth mode. This company as growth is dividend double digit for a while. Back in 2011, they were paying 30 cents a share. Now they're up at 57 cents a share, and you can expect another increase in 2018. So basically, the company is almost able to double its payout every 7 years. We're talking about a yield that is close to 3% right now. So you're gonna get a good revenue right now, but you can expect also increasing dividend in the upcoming years. And for those who think that Hasbro will miss the train because they're making real toys and a lot of kids are just playing on their tablet or on video games, well, they also have a strong partnership with one of the fastest growing video game company, which is Activision Blizzard, the famous maker of Call of Duty and Hearthstone for those who plays on iPad for the cards. It's a really cool card game. So Hasbro is well positioned over there. And finally, I would ended up this quick video about all the rumors about a merger and acquisition with Mattel. So sales are a lot more sluggish for Barbie Maker. And we expect that Hasbro may put an offer on the table by Mattel and grow as a huge giant in the toy industry, realize economy of scale that is beyond reason, and then they will kind of like possess the whole toy industry besides Lego, for example. So I think that would be another great way to grow in the future for Hasbro. At DSR, we see the stock price at 133 right now. So there's obviously lots of growth. If you want to learn more about Hasbro and want to make sure that you get more news on upcoming stocks, subscribe to this YouTube channel and go visit the Dividend Guy blog newsletter. And also don't forget to follow me on Twitter so you can get my real insight in short term. And finally, small disclaimer, everything that you hear or you see coming from Mike from Dividend Guy blog or Dividend Stocks Rocks is for informational and hopefully entertainment purposes only. Those cannot be taken as stock recommendation or financial advice. I am not your broker or your financial advisor. Therefore, you cannot sue me if you're losing money after listening to this video. On the good side of things, you don't have to pay me a dime if you're making some. So we'll see you next week for another stock pick of the week. Ciao.